Uh, so the concept of modulation techniques is divided main program into sub-programs for the better readability and reusability. Okay. So here the main thing is readability and reusability. So this is very important for any language. Okay. So if there is a code, whatever the code we are writing now, it's a unstructured program. It is working, but this is unstructured program for understanding of keywords or functionalities, operations. We are writing code, but this is unstructured. Okay. Basically, we have to code should be structured format. Then only we can. It will help us to debug properly or understand the code, how it is working and what where it is jumping or which line it is executing. Everything will be understood by using the readability. Okay, and reusability. Based on these two concepts, okay, all the programming languages are working. Here also we have a readability and reusability concept. So readability in ABAP, it depends on the events. Okay, events will be start in the basic concept, a classical report. That time I'll tell you the events. So based on that, we can understand how code flow is working on. Here, reusability means like we have now as of now we are using executable programs only, but we have different types of programs, include programs, function models, subroutines, macros, classes, and all. Okay. So we can create some piece of code in these formats includes, and the same piece of code we can use multiple programs like global structure. Yesterday we discussed global structure we are creating, and we can call n number of programs anywhere
Mm-hmm.
in ABAP coding or SAP system. Anywhere, any object we can call that global structure. Similar to include also, if we create some piece of code in include area, and we'll call that same include for n number of programs, 4 5 programs. So suppose now we are using only 200 300 lines, but in real time we will not have only 300 400. It may be more than 2000 3000 lines code. Okay, so those are the actual requirements. Mostly in our sessions, basic sessions, we write only more than, I mean, less than 500, we can say. Those many lines only we will write, but actual scenarios, it will be more than, minimum more than 1000 lines. Okay. So that time we have to be use this reusability concepts. We have to be converted our executable program into bits and format like include and function model, subroutines formats. Okay. So readability depends on the events, how the flow, I mean, code flow is defined at a program level that we can understand through the readability concept. So here, 5 concepts here under modulation techniques. The first one include programs. So we are going to discuss those. So you can see all are subprograms only. The first point is common for all the concepts. Okay, so these are all subprograms which consist a set of statements. So statement might be one line or it may be 1000 lines. Okay, set of statement for reusability purpose. So this is same for all other also other components here. So the next point, these programs cannot be executed directly. So if you want to execute a program, it should be executable program. Say, I'll go to this program, student report. This is executable program. We can see if it is showing report here. So that is an executable program. And how can we see? We already create this program. How can we? However, we can see through this go to and attributes. Here you can see our type of program is executable program.
Executable program, yeah.
So other all programs are will not execute directly. So all piece of code should be part of the executable program. Then only that code will be working. Okay.
Okay.
Now include programs must be embedded inside the main program for the execution. What is a main program? It's a executable program. Okay, you can say type one. Type one means, so just now we saw that screen. I'll show you again. Go to attributes. You can see here one value. One IM FSJK. So these are the short names. Like for locations, we provided HYD is a Hyderabad location, BLR is a Bangalore, like that. For executable program, backend value is one. Okay, so this is just description, but backend it will store as a one. Understood this point?
Yes, sir.
If you see, if I click on here, input, if I click on F F1, okay, it will open the technical settings of this field. You can see here performance assessment. These are technical information. So some information you can read. What is I value? You can see Excel program. What is M program? What is include subroutines and all. Okay. If you go with this documentation, our documents will be too much. Huh? You will have more than 2000 papers. So that's why we're not going this. You will be once you understand the concepts, once you started practice, you'll understand all the
Right.
scenarios. So basically
Yeah.
here, whenever you click on F1, so we have to go this technical information in this pop-up. So where we'll define the fixed values. So these values are coming through fixed values. So normally where we are defining fixed values.
ఎక్కడ
Hello.
Yes, Keshav.
At
Yes,
what
sir.
level of object we are defining fixed values? Have we created employee table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fixed values will be defined in domain level. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Domain
See,
level. Yeah.
when we open technical information here, you can see screen related information. All this data related to that particular field only. You can see what is the background programming, what is the screen number, what is the GA program is. This is different. Screen is different. Screen is body of the screen. GA is this menus and all comes under GA. Okay, and field data specifically. So this field basically it will store on TR-DR table, and this is the field name. This is the data element. You can see here data. So, and this is a screen field memory we can say. So whatever we selected here, this will store this screen field and it will convert it to backend database. So now where we can see domain here out of these inputs options, what are the options it is showing? Through which option we can see that domain?
Through
Right.
field data,
Field
data
data.
element.
Field names?
Yes, data element. Okay, just double click on this data element. See, it is open this data element. We can see inside this data element we have a domain.
Domain. Yeah.
So double click. What is the length of this domain?
One, sir.
What is the length of domain? One. But in the drop down, it is coming executable program. Executable program, it is not one character, right? Why they define as a one character? Because the backend value 1 M F all are one characters. That's why they give length as one. Okay, double click on this domain. Go to this value range. You can see all values here. One means executable program. I means include programs. M means module. Just scroll down here. You can see M module pull F function loop. Okay, all drop down values there here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah.
So not only for observing the domain values and all, you want to see that what is the backend data element for the field. So you just click on F1 and see the technical information. There here you can find the what is the data element and what is the type of that field. Sometimes we provided some data, but it is not again showing the format is wrong. But you have to know because some versions they are using YYMMDD format. Some version they are using DD MMYY format. If you give, I mean the YY format, it might not take, but you'll get confused because you are giving, you thought of you are giving proper format. So that time if you are getting confused, you see that data element. So they will mention in data element description what is the format. Then you can try in that format. Okay. So this F1 will work many places. I'll tell you in further. Okay. Here, the include program must be embedded in the main program. So this include programs doesn't have import export parameters. So import export parameters, when we talk about some piece of code, if you want to call that piece of code, you have to pass some input parameters and we'll get some output value. Any language we call like in Java, we have a functions. We are passing a value, b value, and it will return the c value. So there is a function addition of two numbers function. Inside that function we define c equal to a plus b and something. So we are passing a and b value whenever we call that function as a formal parameters and it will return the value as a c. Okay. So here also we have functions in Java. It's a modulation technique. Okay. Here also includes function model, subroutine classes, and all modulation techniques. Okay. So for this include, if we define any code inside the include, what are the statements we are writing? So it's a always plain statements. Okay. So we will not able to use any import export parameters. That means whenever we call this include, so whatever the code defines, so that code will execute, but it will not use any other, main program values or other include values. So that's the way we are mentioning here. It doesn't support import export parameters. I'll show you in programmatically. And subroutines, it is also same using for reusability purpose. It is also having set of reusable statements. Okay, and most of the time we use subroutines for reusability purpose within the program, and includes also we are using, but subroutines like it will act exactly as a functions in Java. Okay, for repeatedly if you want to call subroutines we can use. Okay, so subroutines having import export parameters. Here we can pass values and we can get the written values also, changing values or written values, table values we can get. So we can call subroutine for external reusability also. Suppose there is a subroutine another program, we can call that subroutine. Okay. The syntax is perform is a keyword and we have to mention some name. And whenever we create the subroutine, it will create as a form and end form. And here syntax is include some program name. I have to create. Okay. Then move on to the next slide for sub function models. Okay, so function models are same sub programs which contain set of reusable statements. Function model having import export parameters. Function model can have exceptions also. So we can maintain some exceptions. If there is a errors and all, we can capture those runtime errors through exceptions. And the transaction code is SE37. So we have to create first a function model in SE37. Then we need to use that function model in our program level. So function model can be executed directly. So and the subroutines included, we will not able to execute. Both should be part of executable program. And function model we can test alone. We can provide inputs and we can see the output also. Here syntax is call function is a keyword.
It's also another point is that in a function will always return the value, right?
No, that is Java point of telling. Return the value means it is a part of exporting. Subroutines also will return the value. Wherever there is import export parameters means we are passing something in importing and we are receiving something in exporting. It's a returning value.
Okay.
And here syntax is call function.
Call function. Yeah.
Call function or keyword. So you have to remember this. Yeah, might ask tomorrow. Includes, it's a include. Subroutine is a perform. Function models, it's a call function. So now I'm comparing these three only because macros, it's very less we are using that we are using for HR system. Now we are in ECC system. We have separate systems for HR modules. So that system we are using macros, okay. And ECC we are using very less. But I'll explain you how it is working and all. And we have one more component, classes. So we have separate sessions for that 4-5 classes for class understanding classes concepts. So class under classes comes in a groups concept. So we will have separate sessions for that. So but that is also set of reusable statements. Okay. Here mainly we are using these three in continuously henceforth. So that's why I mentioned differences here. You can see include, we can develop includes in SE38. Okay, subroutines also we can develop in SE38. Function models we have to use SE3070 code for creating function models. And includes, we don't have no import export parameters, and subroutines function model having importing export parameters. Include keyword is include. Okay, include programs. Subroutine programs perform, and the function model it is call function. And the execution way includes cannot be executed. Subroutines also we will not execute it, and function models we can execute it. Okay. These are the main four differences. So I have mentioned here because it's in interviews they will ask the differences of these three. Okay. And we have next slide about classes and macros. Okay. So a class is used to specify the form of object and it combines data representation. Okay, form of object means we can take example scenario like a college. Okay, college, consider college is one of the object or one of the class. Okay, so there are number of concepts, the data representation. Like we have a buildings, will give some data representation. Departments, employees, professors, students. Everywhere we can represent some data based on this object. Okay, object is just instance of the class. So whatever we define inside the class, we can access everything through object. Okay, and you can see here a class having methods for manipulating data into neat package. So for every class, there might be number of methods. It might be one method or it may be 100, 200 methods. Every method will defines one of the functionality. Like in the college example, so one method will give the information about buildings or rooms information. One method will give that employees information. One method can give that student information and labs information. Like that, we can define individually. When it compare with SAP, there is a class which will give different information like sales information, purchase information, delivery information. Everything we can define under single class with a different methods. So we need to access individual methods in our program whenever it is required.
Okay.
Yeah. So classes are
What
object
neat
oriented.
package? I'm sorry, neat package.
A neat package means our terminology. So package is what is a package as of now? Is it's a container of objects.
Container of objects, right?
Yeah. Here we mention it's not actual package. Neat package means like our terminology we are using now. Everything will comes under single set of areas that we call as a neat object. Is all methods are comes under one object class called as a class. That's we are mentioning as a neat package. It's not a different object. It's just normal terminology we are using. Neat package means everything will
Yeah,
comes under
yeah.
single object like that. So classes are object-oriented implementation in ABAP. So classes using for better reusability. Okay, and there is a better performance also in OOPS concepts. Now 7.6, we are in latest version 7.6, but 7.0 onwards SAP adopted OOPS and OOPS concept for converting their own softwares also. So we should aware of these OOPS whenever we are working in support projects and all, because we have to debug each and every line. So they converted every standard objects to OOPS concepts. So there is a purchase order screen. It will work before 7.0 version and latest version also. But if you open the backend code which is written by SAP, it is different. Before 7.0, they are using procedure oriented programming. Now they are using object oriented programming. But functionality is same. So why they when they convert it to OOPS, there is some good performance. Okay. And transaction code for classes is SE24, and this understanding of classes will have separate sessions and end of the classes. Okay, at this moment I'm not explaining. And macros, if you want to reuse the same set of statements more than once in the same program, we'll put it everything in the macro. So this is syntax. Define some macro. Here we'll write set of statements. Okay, and end of the definition. So this should be defined in the starting of the program. So after report, no standard page heading, we have the code. So next line immediately we have to write this logic. And here, what are the statements here written? So that statement should have only 9 placeholders where we can replace with our original values whenever we call. That means it will support only for 9 placeholders. Like if there is a message here, so out of that message, there are 9 places we can make it as a dynamic values.
Okay.
The sentence is same always, but nine places will change. Like example, pay slip. Okay, there is a PAN number and bank details, so that will come based on the every employee. But the code is same. The structure is same.
Right.
Okay. So now we'll start with include programs. Okay. I'll close the session in 10 minutes. So I'm taking this student report only. Just going back and lost the connection. Let me log in again. If you cross the ideal time, it will be close your session.
Yeah.
Student student reply. Here I'm putting MOD as a modulation techniques. I'll create like this. Not create, just copy of student code. I'm just copying the student report as a modulation technique. Select all, copy, save the package, and save in the transport. Continue. Go to the change. This is a new program, so I'm deleting this set of previous code. Sorry, something is happening. Hello.
Yeah, Kishore.
I lost my screen. I might press something.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the code we are using. This is a basic coding. So I'll use the standard table only. Now, how many blocks we have in this code? We have declaration block, reading the data block, and displaying the data. Here it is displayed. Okay. So all these blocks we can separate it with modulation techniques. Consider every block we have 500 entries or 500 statements. Okay. See now, while declaration part, whenever we do real-time development, the declarations we put it in a separate include. Okay. See now I'm creating. So after this declaration, writing, what is the keyword for include?
Include only.
Yes. So include. So next program name. So what we follow as a developer C. I'm just using same program name. So extension we are putting in DL. DL means declaration. So it always using the with the main program name and extension underscore DL. It will indicating that this is part of this main program as a declaration include. Okay. So I'm just cutting this declaration code. Just we just double click on this include program name. So include does not exist, create yes. So it is asking before going to next screen, save this current program. Yes, I want to save. See, did you observe this pop-up previous any of the classes?
At the start of the program, sir.
Yes, yes. Whenever we click on create, this pop-up will come for
Right.
creating program. Now we didn't create through SC38. Include can be created through SC38. Okay, consider we are creating this program, DL program. So we can create there and we can in the program level only we can double click and it will create the same. It will directly come to this pop-up. And you can see a type. By default it is populated include. If you try to change others it will not change. Why it is not it is not aligned?
Because we have started it by include declaration
Yes.
started by include.
Because system will auto understand. Okay, so because we double click on the include keyword, so that's why it is by default it auto populate include and it is gray out, it is not allowing to change the value. Okay, here description also it is showing as a include our program name. If you want to change you can change here, otherwise we can continue. Okay, click on save. So as a include we have to save in the package. So it is also new program because started with Z only, right? So saving in sand, we have to save in the transport. And what are the code we copied there and we need to put it in the separate include. Okay, this is a declaration setup. Just saving, check and activate. You can see it is showing as an include here. Okay, I'm just click on back. See, now we are in main program. Okay, you see, I'm just activating this program and we'll try to execute.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get same output. There is no differences. So currently we have only 3 entries since we're in the sample program. But when we started actual programs, for includes declaration only, we might have more than 100 lines at least for our sample programs only. So we have to separate everything, and we can write include for this setup also, reading data also. All these 3 lines we can write separate include, and for display also, for this output also we can write separate include. So total 3 lines out. When we convert it to includes, total we have 3 lines of code only. First include, second include, third include. And for every include, we are putting description. This is declaration include. If you feel that there is an issue with the declaration, and you can directly go to declaration include, and you can identify and you can modify the code instead of searching for the whole program. If there is no include and there is 1,000 lines code, it will very difficult to search the code, because sometimes we can do declaration in here also directly inside the loop also we can do declaration. But if someone is declared inside the code as a normal unstructured program, that is very difficult to identify. We have to search with the find option, and we have to look into the code by scrolling and down if there is too many lines. So basically includes, we can use all these 2 blocks also, but as a developers we will not prefer for includes these 2 setups. Okay, so we can use subroutines this moment. See, now I'm creating subroutine. So what is the keyword for subroutine?
Performance. No, perform.
Getting perform read data, and we have one more subroutine, perform display data. That is our wish. This subroutine we can put A, B, C, D also. It will create.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have created 2 subroutines. Okay, so double click on this subroutine. Yes, create. So it will ask the new include. If you want to go new include, we can create new include, or you can go with the declaration include. Declaration include only for declaration. So I'm selecting main program. In main program only we can create. So just continue. It will create the bottom of the code. You can see here. It is added here. So some setup for the description. Here we can write our own description what these subroutines will do in the program level. Otherwise we can directly put. So what is the read logic here? So this is the read logic. I'm just copying this and put it into the subroutine. Okay. Next one is display data. So just double click, create. I'm selecting main program, continue. So cut this loop and end loop. We'll put it inside. Okay. If everything goes different, includes total output is this is the output only. Program output. So this subroutines I created main program only. We can go with new include. That time we have only the program statements is only 3 statements of the program. Understood this too? Subroutines and include concept.
Included. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And function models we'll discuss tomorrow session. That requires some more time.
Okay.
And we will use this include subroutines for every program in henceforth. Wherever there is a scope, we'll use include and subroutines. So in this program, you can see here, read data, we have a select query. Okay. Okay, we have a select query, right? Now I'm going to separate this select query in the as a function model concept. Okay. So what is the transaction code function model?
SC24.
SC37.
Yes.
Okay, SC37. Yes.
So this program, let it be. So I'm creating separate. I'm opening separate transaction SC37. Okay, you can see a function builder initial screen. So before developing function model, there is a prerequisites for function model. So that is called function group. Okay. So function group basically here no in detail discussion, and we don't need to discuss in detail. But basically, function group is a container of function models. Like package is a container of development objects, right? Like function group is a container of function modules. Okay. So have we discussed function group previous in any one of the session?
So in database table, I think.
Yes. When we create the table maintenance generator,
Yes.
there is a
Table
function
management.
group. Whenever we create, all objects were generated under the function group. Function group will save in the package level. So here also same. So we are creating function model. So function model will store in the function group. Function group will store in the package. So function model will not directly store in the package. So here function model prerequisite is function group should have we should have. Okay, so first we need to create function group. Yeah. So here you can see in the screen level utilities.
Go
Yeah.
to.
Sorry, go to here you can see function group, create function group. Okay. So just creating. This is one way, or we have a SC80 transaction. There also we can create. So I'm creating from here. SC. Okay. So whenever you click on create, I'm showing the navigation again.
SC18, sir.
No, SC80 80.
80.
Yeah. Further sessions I'll use that one only. I'll get to know. So here currently you need to remember this. You go to function groups, create group. Okay, create. So here we have to give function group name. This is also development, so it should start with Z11. I'm writing function group name also function group only. Same function group we'll use for this session. So short description. Okay. User ID will be your user ID whenever you create. Click on save. So it is. Let me copy this first. Okay. So you have to save in the package and transport. I have to pick a transport number 780 MB about again.
So that MBA ABAP training is my, sir.
Okay. Last time I used so 73. So this was
Yeah,
last time I modified your program. That's why it is
right.
showing in. Okay. Okay. No worries. 780. Select the 780. Continue. Here we'll not able to see the package. We can see function group created. Where we can see in SC80 slash in SC80 slash I'm opening new session for SC. So SC80 is the main ABAP workbench. We can create any kind of object here. We don't need to go SC11, 38, 37. Everything can be created here. So now I'm opening function group. Okay. Z11 function. This is our function group. I'll just click on display. See, this is our function group. So by default, function group have two includes. Okay. You're aware of, right? Includes. Yesterday we created. You can see. See, this is include. You can see. And this is top include. We have one top include, one function group program include. So whatever the declarations we are doing, everything should be part of top include. Okay. So currently, let me activate this. Here you can see right click. You have activate. Okay, activate. See, two includes are activating. Function group main program and top include. Okay, continue. You can see here it is showing object activate. Now right click here, create. You can create the function model here also. You can see subroutines, screens, other options. Okay, tools, transactions and all. Everything can be created here. Class, oops, concepts and all under this function group. But currently we are planning to create in SE37. Okay, I'm creating function model Z11 student data. Hmm. Create. So whenever we create function model, it will ask the function group. See, it is asking. So I'll go to other screen. I'll copy this function group name. The function group name. Next, description for function model. Okay.
Right.
It is showing some message like function model name is reserved for SAP. This is just information. It will come for every time whenever we create, we just continue. Okay, so this is a function model screen. So what is a function model normally, which is having both importing, exporting parameters along with exceptions. You can see here we have importing, exporting parameters. We have changing tables parameters also, exceptions and source code. Source code is where we're supposed to write our logic. And attributes that you are aware of that it is part of data element domain table also. Attributes is basic information about object. Oh, I mean, who created? You can see my user ID when it was created, which package is stored, what is the program name, which language it is created. Okay. And here you can see we have three types of function models: normal function model, remote enable function model, update function model. So currently I'm explaining normal only. Remaining I'll tell you in the further sessions. We have other concept that time we'll get to know what is remote enable. So normal function model is only we can use within SAP. Okay, remaining all I'll tell you later. Okay. So I'll go importing tab. So importing parameters means we have to give some inputs based on that output will come. Okay, currently I'm taking, let me open student table also to understand. Slash OS11. So this kind of scenario, it will help multiple sessions. You have to compare the data. Okay. Z11, go to the data, execute. So we have, I'll put condition for location. Okay. Here I'll put import parameter LOC.
For input parameter, we have to mention I, sir.
Yes, yes. I mean,
Okay.
you can give anything, but we
In
follow like I means importing, E means exporting like that.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Even SAP is not following, but it's better you follow with this. Okay. Here I'm just creating, but you can go with any options. Here because in program some people some people are confusing in programming
To
level
identify.
because
Okay, sir. To identify it, it is a import. Okay.
yes.
Yeah, it's a good practices, right? Like to in order to identify anything. So what is that?
So next, it is kind of importing is it's kind of declaration. How we are declaring this is variable. And next, what we have to write in program type keyword. Okay, here also we have to write type code. You can see in the select option, F4 option, we have two type specifications. Type ref2 for OOPS concept that we'll discuss at the time of OOPS concept. Currently, we have type keyword. So we are creating some variable with the type here instead of data keyword, we are directly putting in the screen level. Okay, but the declaration will be same. This is variable type and we have to give associate type. So how we created structures and all as program with the reference of table with field or data element or integer. Whatever it is there, we have to mention. This is integer value or character value. We have to mention here character or integer. Currently, we are giving table field as a import parameter. You can directly use the data element. So I'm using. I'll go to this table. For location, we have a data element, right? So I'll use this data element as a reference. And enter. You can see description came automatically from data element. Okay, we have other options here. So either optional or mandatory. This field, suppose there are 4 fields. Out of 4 fields, 2 fields are optional, like scenario based. That time you can put, you can select 2 fields are mandatory, 2 fields are optional. Now we have only one import parameter. We have to make it as a mandatory. Okay, so I'm not selecting this optional one. And pass by value, when we are using RFC one, that's other function models, when we are calling from other lands, other technologies, we have to select with the pass by value. If you use pass by reference, data might be corrupted. So SAP supported only pass by value. Okay. This normal function model, this option is not required. So this is about import, and these options all you are aware of, right? Removing field, copying the field, insert, my delete, entries if you have multiple that we can handle. I'll go to the exporting. Currently our requirement is when we pass the location, we are fetching data. Okay. Import export para tabs will support only for variables or work area.
Right.
So what is the work area capability in programming at runtime?
Only one
One
statement.
record. So storing the one record, that is the capability of one
One
record.
record. Okay.
So here import export will support either single value or single record. If there is a multiple entry, it will not support. We have to go tables. Okay, we have to declare here. So now we are giving location. Location we have, I mean, when we the condition satisfy, it might be single student, it might be there might be multiple students also in database, right? So we have to be declared as a table. Okay. So I'm declaring as a LT student. This is internal table I'm creating. Okay. So what is the syntax for the internal table declaration in program?
IT.
IT. Okay.
Data ID underscore
IT.
student type
Hmm.
type table.
Type table of table name.
Yeah, type table of
Here
table.
I'm giving table name. But in between, what we're supposed to give type table of.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is here I'm using LT. Okay. IT will use in the program level. So that's why I'm giving different name LT. Okay. Here. Okay. Local table or we can consider. Okay. Student is internal table. Here we have to select type table of then table. So that is the actual format in program level also. Here we don't have data keyword, so that's why we're directly, if you are writing entry here, that will consider as a declaration. Okay, here we have to select type table of. Type table of is the keyword for declaring the internal table. Do we have type table of here?
No, sir.
But we need to create internal table. If we don't have type table of, select type. Okay, but with the type also we can create internal table. But right side it should not be table. It should be table type. Actually, in function model and some more concepts is that there actually type table of option is not there. Okay. So we have to create internal tables with reference of type. So whenever we use type keyword, the right side it should be table type. So table type is a just I mean duplicates or type of the table we can say. Okay. So we have so just instance of table or a duplicate of table we can say table type. It can, I mean, table type we can create with the reference of table or with the reference of data element or with the reference of structure also we can create. Okay. So now we have to identify table type for our table. Okay. If it is a standard table, table types already created by SAP, we can identify those. Now we are referring our student table. We have to create new table type. Okay. So transaction code for table type is S11. Are you able to see table type option here?
No, sir.
You can see here we have steps. Okay, table type creation. In slide number 30, you can see it. So we have to open S11 transaction code. So select the data type. Okay. So you might remember that we have three options under data type. So data element structure we already created. Next third one is table type. Okay. So I'm just creating table type. Just Z11. Okay, student. And I'm writing TTYP. TTYP is the short name of table type. Okay. Click on create. See in this pop-up we have to select table type. Continue. All three are the data type, customer data types, data element or structure or table type. Now we don't have type table of option in function model. We have to go with customer data types. So in this customer data types, in the line type we can give our table name Z11 student. Okay, here description is table type for student information. See, once we click on enter, this symbol should come. Otherwise, this object is not there in database. Okay, currently this symbol means data. You can see here predefined data type also can be created. Table type can be created with the reference of predefined data type. With the reference of data element also it can be created. Here we can use structure, data element, anything. Currently we are using table means this is a reference of this table type is a reference of this table. Okay. So remaining all advanced like a standard table or sorted table, hash table, at the time of table type creation only we are mentioning in this level because we don't have any syntax in this function model level, right? Writing sorted standard table here. In this screen level, we don't have that option. So we have to define it table type level only. Currently, I'm going with standard table only. Just click on save, save in the package, save in the transport, check, activate. So I'm just copying this table type name, come to our function model. So here we have to use table type name. Just click on, you can see here, description is populated from table type. Any doubt on this?
Sir, if we want to create multiple entries, then we have to create multiple table type.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
SAP is all in function models or other concept, BAPI concepts or smart form concept, wherever they're using internal table concept, they should refer with a table type only. We don't have the other option. So because all these objects having only type keyword, we don't have any type table of keyword. But internal table will be generated with a reference of type table of. But if you want to create with reference of type, the right side should be always table type.
Okay, sir.
So now we don't have any export because we are giving location and based on the location we are exporting data in tables. Okay, and we can create exception. Okay, data not found. Yes, request data is not found. Okay, I added one exception. We'll go to the source code. Okay, here we have to write our logic. See, import export parameters automatically generated once we add it.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm writing logic here. Select star from Z11 student into table. So into table means why we are writing into table keyword. Whenever there is an internal table, we are using into table keyword. What is our internal table? Have we created internal table in this program? This source code.
ZTT Z11, that's one, sir. We have created data type. Yes, sir.
No. Normally in select query, selecting we are data from student table and we are pushing into internal table. Into table is a keyword. So here we have to
Yes.
write internal table
LT,
table.
LT underscore table.
So you might don't confuse here. We are not writing any. So here we don't have any declaration. Kind of like in program we have data keyword like that. We don't need to refer because we already create internal table in tables tab. Okay, that only our internal table we can use here. LT underscore student. Okay, I'm writing where condition. Where condition, since we have a location is the condition, we have to add where. What is the field name in table? Elbow CSU. This is a field in table where location equal to we have to put condition that is coming through import parameter. So you can pass I underscore location. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the main logic. So whenever you pass location value in the importing tab, same value we are passing in the condition. If that is satisfied, so how many records satisfied? All these records will be pushing into internal table. So this internal table will act as a exporting or importing both can be defined in table level. So since this data will fill automatically, we can use this data to display in our programming level. So immediately we are writing program size of RC. If size of RC equal to 0, we don't need to do anything. If not equal to 0, rise exception data not found. And if I'm writing very simple program function model, only one select query only I did in this program. But basically, there might be a number of statements in function model, 1000, 2000, 3000 also. Okay. So now function model can be executed independently. Okay, this is our program. So I'm executing this function. You can see here direct processing or test and execute. Just executed. This is screen. You can see import parameter I underscore location. We can give the import here and tables. You can see internal table LT student. So I'm giving importing as a HYD. HYD is the location. In our table, you can see the content. I'm just executing. Here you can see location. Here I'm
Table.
giving a HYD. This location I'm giving similar to function model. I'm executing now. We got two entries. You can see student number 1 and 3 are from this location. Okay. Similarly, here also if I give HYD and execute function model, you can see how many entries it is showing here. Result. You
Two
can see
entries.
here. If you click on this symbol, details view, you can see the two entries. Client 800, student number 13. You can see if you scroll right, you can see all the information, all the columns. Fee also it is. Okay. Function model can be executed independently. Have we created any report, but it's showing like a report, right? It's a small piece of code. Only select query is there in this code. Just activating this function model. Now we are going to use this function model in our program. Copy this function model name. Come to our program. Okay, are you able to see this line number 31?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just commenting. So I just delete it. Okay. So what is the syntax for function model? Keyword.
Call function. I mean,
Yes. You can
call.
see here
Yeah.
syntax. It's a call function. That is a syntax or keyword we can say. Here we have to raise call function.
Function name.
This is a function model name. Now we have exporting. Exporting means I underscore location. Is it correct? It is exporting or importing?
Input, right?
Importing, sir.
Yes. In function model level, it is importing, but in when it comes to program, we are exporting. Function model is importing. Okay, it is opposite. So here we are exporting. Function model will importing. So similar to our export import. So whatever the goods we are exporting from India and other countries are importing, right? It's opposite. Here also same. We are exporting value to function model. Function model level, it is importing. Understood this logic? That's why I told some
Yes, sir.
developers are not preferring this. They will confuse. Okay. So here we have to export value. HYD I'm writing. Okay. And
Export.
then tables. What is the tables from their side, function model side, LV student. And our side is IT student. We have exceptions. Data not found equal to 1. Others equal to 2. If size of RC equal to 0, and if here it will get not equal to 0, not equal to any also you can use. Police stop. Understood this format? See, whenever we are doing exporting, exporting will happen right to left. Okay, we are passing this value to this I underscore location. When there is a importing, importing means function model level exporting. Function model is exporting, and we are in this program level we are importing. Currently, we don't have any that parameter. We are using only two types. That time importing level left to right will happen. So tables also, tables will act both importing and exporting. Currently, this case system will identify this will act as a exporting. That's why this data will pass from left to right. So this is our local internal table. This is function model internal table. So whatever it is that two entries in this internal table, this will pass to our local internal table. So here also we are using our local internal table and will display the data. Okay. So now see I'm executing this. So activate, execute. See we got two entries, 1 and 3. You can see right student number 1 and 3 here.
Yeah, sir.
Any doubt on this function model concept? I mean, we will be using further sessions also. Currently, I'm just showing how can we create function model. Parameters, number of parameters are too much of code is there. We will be using alternatively, session by session, we'll use these function models.
Sir, in pattern
Okay.
also I have seen call function.
Hmm.
In pattern, sir. In pattern we have call function. From there we can import it, import the function model.
I'll come to that point.
Okay, okay. Because I have seen the call function in pattern in previous lecture.
Yes, it's fine. Fine. So here I write manually, okay? So this is not required basically once you adopt it. So I want to explain you how it is work,
Yes, yes,
how
yes.
it is working. If you write every keyword, then only you'll understand. Okay. So here I'll mention call function. This is function model name. Exporting. This is a very field import field we are writing manually. And tables I'm writing like this. So if there is a too much function models, see this is a function model name. Just copy this. I'm just formatting this code. See here, go to the pattern. Here we have a call function. Punch that function model name. Click on continue. See that code is generated. Did I write any line here? No. Code is generated. Only we have to pass our parameter. Okay. HYD. This is our value we have to pass. And internal table we have to pass. And exceptions by default always commented mode we can enable. Since it's the same code. Is it difficult?
Correct, correct.
And this comment also will come by generating implementing suitable error handling here. Any difficult here?
No, no, sir.
This is getting difficult.
Hello? We move
Nothing
on.
issue. Yeah.
Can we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
You don't worry, we are using function model every concept. For every concept, we have a function models. We'll use that. Okay. So I'll go back. So I'm creating, we have macro concept, very simple one, but we'll create some separate program for that. Okay, simple program. Macro. Macro example. Executable program. Click on save. So macro syntax is, let me go to this document. Next slide, you can see this is the syntax for macros. So define macro name, we have to create a custom macro name. And in between we have to write set of statements and we can close the end of definition. Where is the screen? Okay, this is pop. So we have to save in the package, save in the transport. See here, no standard page heading. Define macro name. I'm writing macro test something. Here end of definition. In between we have to write, see I'm writing some sample one. Okay, so I put this is the message. Okay, this is macro something and for the user example message. Here we have two placeholders. You can say &1, &2. So these two we call as a placeholders. This is here in this position data will be dynamic. Okay. See I'm writing now. Macro underscore test 1 and 5. Sorry. We just need to call macro because write is happening here only. Okay, single quotation of this text. Okay, we are calling this mac test by passing two values. This is the original values. Okay. What is this? Unable to interpret possible caution incorrect spelling. Okay. Single quote is not required. So just executing. Object is activated. Execute. You can see here this is macro 1 for the user 85 ABAP 25. So here I'm just calling wherever it is required we can call this syntax. Okay, not only write, it might be anything. If you write some logic also here, okay, in that logic if you want to call your own macro by passing your values, so maximum placeholders is 9 placeholders we can put. Here it is 2 placeholders we put. Okay, if we can create multiple placeholders, maximum is 9 placeholders. data, a type, I value 2. Macro underscore test is a macro name. Two. Another details. So which data will come now? Here a value is 2. So when condition is executed, it will be executed a equal to 2. So when we call this macro, data will display. This is a macro 2 for the user, 85 above 2. See. Okay. I mean, in our ACC landscape, this is very less we are using. Okay. So this is using HR landscape. That is different system, different landscape system.
Yeah, but what is the purpose? No, probably we'll be using macros, not the Excel macros and all, right? Like no.
Not Excel macros. That is different. I mean, consider like that only because Excel macros also, whenever we perform, there are dynamic values, right? In the based on the sales, whenever we pass our value, based on that value only, it will perform. I
Correct.
mean, what the calculation we are doing here also same. So this is macro definition. So we are calling whenever we call based on our values, it will perform. But here maximum is 9 placeholders. So
Okay.
HR app and all we are using for pay slips or employee details generation. That time we are using these macros.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So mainly those payroll related activity only we are using these macros.
Acha. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Here I'm just writing right keyword. It can be anything. Logic can be. It can be suppose some classical report format also. We define all the format in this define macro. Okay, in detail like heading, customer details. Heading will be same. Company details will be same. Only the values will be changed dynamically based on these placeholders. Okay.
Right.
Move on to
So
next.
earlier, one more question, like in the earlier in the function module, right? When creating the function group, we have written raise instead of write. So
Hmm.
what is the difference? Both are same, right?
No, write is for display purpose. When we raise the exception, it will return the value to
Mm-hmm.
the program. So write is for display. If you use the write, it will display on the
Yes, yes.
directly. But we have to rising means directly we are not giving message. We are just indicating to the program. This is the exception rise. If you want, you can capture or you can put your own message like that. In the programming level,
Got you.
so we are just rising means this will return to the method level wherever it's calling this function model. See, now I'll write let me execute. Say I'll put here some Chennai location. Okay, we'll see. We can see exception data not found because we don't have any data.
Right.
Okay, so this will return to the program. It is runtime message. Okay, this will return to the program. You can see 1368 microseconds. It took the time for checking the value.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So basically, its exception means it's a size of RC value we can say in programming level. Let me go to our program again. Here I'll give Chennai location. List of shit. Okay. See, here we are not handling exception. Okay, we have to write like message. See, if data not found is there, we'll get size of bus equal to 1 because we define as a 1. So size of bus 1 means 1 not equal to 0. So it's always error in that case. We can write our own message or we can write a case statement. Case size sub RC. If it is a 1 message data is not found. Type error message. It is a 2 2 we didn't define any exception. 2 is others means we can write programming error. And when others also we don't have any separate message, we can use programming error on others also. I'm just checking. Activate this program. So for MA location we don't have data. So whenever I execute, I can see a data not found.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is direct output level. We put exception. So back buttons and all everything will not work. You have to use slash it. So in all our pieces of code only. So whenever we start actual code, actual concept, that time you will get to know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So the today's session is only for function model usage and creation. Function model exception, it's a part of performance time we'll discuss. Exception
Okay.
handling.